We will eventually.
Looks like something's wrong with the one of the scenes in my OBS. So hold on just a second while I fix it. Sorry, everybody. Oh, that's not right. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god.
Facebook, everyone.
Okay, sorry guys. It's my Twitter.
My Twitter.
Alright. Now then.
Hello.
Wow, I'm really big in that picture. No, I'm not as big. That's weird.
I kind of want to grab the camera. Slide it over.
Alright, hold on. That's better. Hi! That whole scene was corrupt. I went to go switch to it, and it was like, nah. And then it just disappeared right out of my scene list. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
So, update 3.
Update the third, indeed.
So I suppose I should probably start with the big news, which was that we finally had that there conversation that we needed to have with the folks at Ilphonic.
Indeed.
And so, as a result, we officially have the control of the IP for Teleston. So, you know, I mean, not that we weren't working anyway, but now nothing stands in our way. I also got hooked up with the Perforce repository, so I have all the game assets. Most of the concept art, though some of it's missing, so I'm still trying to chase that down. But yeah, I've got all the assets. I got the songs. I got the houses. I got it all. I got the Unreal project. Everything.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We don't own the Unreal project. We just have a license to use it if we want to.
Right. So
Just
does
to be
that
clear.
mean we can use that awesome theme song on our website?
In theory, there's no reason why we can't.
Sweet. Well, let's do that. That'll put us a ring above the other, indie guys who don't have, high-class orchestra.
I want to point out, I've done some research on the pen and paper scene websites. Some of those websites are proper fugly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the
terrible navigation.
The Dungeons and Dragons website is beautiful. The rest of them,
yeah, and even the Dungeons and
see to your
Dragons
webmasters.
And even the Dungeons and Dragons website is very much like, check it out. We know how WordPress works.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. Hey, that's the bar.
In fact, I'm pretty sure they're using the same theme we are, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah.
They have better artists. Why are you?
Oh, other way. Other way. Oh, yeah. Oh no. I'm marginalized.
You know what the problem is, sir? It's that the camera needs to be like tilted that way.
Oh, racked, as they say.
Yeah, but if I do that, the mic's gonna come in.
The boom's in the shot, man. Boom's in the shot.
All right, here. You know what? Let's just fucking do it this way. Don't mind us.
Hello, guys.
And then we can just do that.
Still marginalized.
It's Buddha. Buddha's like, what's going on?
There. Does everybody feel better?
We'll get this right.
I do. Now I'm included.
That's a ridiculous place to place that microphone.
Though it'll pick us all up pretty well. Evenly, anyway.
Yeah, it will. Absolutely. Alright, so where was I? So, we got the site, we got the Perforce, we got the music, we got the assets. Some of the concept art, now I'm marginalized. Some of the concept art is missing. But I'm still chasing that down. So, in theory, Eric has it. And he was pretty good about getting me stuff yesterday, so.
Awesome.
I expect it pretty soon here.
Yay. I'm writing all sorts of words.
Indeed, you've been hacking away for a couple of days at least. So you're working on lore? What are you working on?
I'm working on the teaser little blurbs that, so like when you get to the website, you'll be able to be like, oh, the world of Teleston, and it'll be like the world of Teleston is old and has a lost history, and a couple words, a couple lines like that, but not very much. Just enough to make somebody who has no idea what Teleston is or what the world is, who arrives at our site because they're searching for fantasy role playing or something, to go, oh, World of Teleston, what's this? And then click on that, and then beneath that you'll have a panel for each of the cities in the known world, including Crown's Rock, of course. And then if you were to look at the Crown's Rock thing, there'd be a couple sentences that's like, hey, Crown's Rock, Rain-washed island, blah blah blah, with a cathedral on it.
Mm-hmm. And
you go, what? And you click through again, and then there's 3 to 5 2-3 line blurbs, just a flavor chunk about the things in Crown's Rock that are awesome, that would make you be like, oh, I gotta get the source book for this game.
Gotta know the thing.
That's so we've been doing that, and we coupled with the art, I think that means that we'll be able to get the website, at least visible soon.
Very soon.
Very soon, thanks to the efforts of quite a few people.
Mm-hmm.
But so, see, as is being demoed here, hop through to the Blackwell Isles, the islands of the Blackwell Archipelago, and see there, Crown's Rock and Havensport. And, if you click through to that,
page we're up,
there should be a page, and the page should be...
No, I don't think I have a link to that page yet.
Filled with words and descriptions that will make you...
so titillated.
Yeah,
about Crown's
titillated.
Rock.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of the website, check out the cool logo that Jackknife is working on. Isn't that pretty
absolutely.
badass?
Thank you, Jackknife, for your hard efforts.
Absolutely. Cheers, mate.
We've added some stuff
You have not
to the
forgotten
site.
to be awesome.
Indeed. Honestly, everybody involved is pretty damn awesome.
Yep.
So the main page hasn't really changed. I mean, stuff on our little content sliders will change as we add new content, so that'll always have some different stuff going on. But what we did add, and I'm still working on it, it's still work in progress, but I'll show it anyway. What I did add was a development roadmap page. So, I haven't finished the layout or anything. Basically, I'm going to lay out all of the phases of our sort of long-term plan, what each of the projects in those phases are, where we are with each of the elements of those projects. And so as you can kind of see, phase 1 is pen and paper stuff. Phase 2 will be fiction and interactive apps. So that might include APIs and other sort of programming-based stuff that we have that we can actually still make, that we still have some opportunities to make revenue with. Then the single-player RPG or any other sort of single-player experiences we can think of. And then finally, what will be phase 4, the Meow. And these are very long-term plans.
Yeah.
But each of these is going to get detailed out probably in the next, week or so. I'll probably finish, at least the basic text for each of these today. We'll see. Layout's kind of a problem, though. It's kind of an ugly page. Let's see. So you kind of already saw the Blackwell Isles page, which got added this week.
Yep, working on the lores.
And there's all kinds of, I don't know how easy it is to read on the stream and all that, but there's all kinds of cool blurbs and stuff. I'm all trying to scroll on my OBS. So Havensport doesn't have a page yet. Crown's Rock doesn't have a page yet, but that's coming. And to go back to the main lore page. As you see, we're going to do one of those, like the Blackwell Isles, for each of the major places that we already know about.
Yep. That's a lot, too. That by itself is...
Yep. Eventually, as we add more locations, I'll make these sliders just like the new stuff on the front page, so whenever there are new locations, they'll just sort of slide into one of these spots, and it'll cycle through them every few seconds.
Yep.
But for now, we only have the 4 anyway, so...
Mm-hmm.
Still need this page to get finished, but we also, like we mentioned last week, have some new content and stories and stuff underneath it. Hi, Rocky.
Hello.
Let's see. We also worked on a fact this week.
Oh, yes, we did. I liked the fact. I was like, what the fact? What the fact?
What the fact?
A San Francisco treat. I like rice-a-roni.
So, I asked you guys this week for some questions that you might have, and I picked out of the list the questions that I thought were most likely to be common among everybody, and then just sort of wrote answers for them.
Yep.
And each one of these absolutely has answers, as you can see. I'm thinking about, even though it's not finished, I'm thinking about putting the site up and just the pages that aren't done, linking them to, work in progress.
Yeah, we could do a please pardon our dust page, probably with a splash from the stuff we got over the last couple days from Milphonic.
Right.
Pick out a good image.
Exactly. If you got a question, ask in chat, and as long as it's a question that we can answer, we will.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get to it if we can.
Let's see. So that was the big stuff that we did on the site today. How about yourself, sir?
Yeah, what are you about to, Verde?
So, in the office during office time, because I have been working on this stuff out of time too, because I like writing stories and stuff, but useful stuff. I've been taking all of the Pantheon documents and the weapons and skills and attributes, and I've been putting them down and writing blurbs that will describe to the player basically will describe to the player what these attributes and skills will allow them to be if they were to pursue them. So, for instance, there is brawn, physique, and stamina. If you were to pursue these, you might, these three in particular, you might become a bodybuilder-esque character, because physique has to do with how your body generally looks, and brawn has to do with how strong you are. If you were to pursue other things like speed and reflexes, you might be more of a lithe and fast kind of athletic person. And so I have written down blurbs for all of those. They will be edited and are subject to editing, but whatever. I'm also adding skills, and I'm adding combat styles as well to sort of act as a base that will help my dad, Adam, and I find out what exactly we want to do with the combat system once we actually get to writing the combat system. So
we've
mostly
a lot of progress on that this week.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, and we're gonna share this document probably Monday or Tuesday of next week with everybody via the Pen and Paper channel on our Discord.
That's correct.
So that we can get talking, because when it comes to the pen and paper system, figuring out kind of some basic combat mechanics is actually our next big step.
Yep.
So we're pretty happy with the attributes we have. We're pretty happy with the decisions that we made last week as far as like capping skills and attributes to particular numbers and what kind of dice we're going to use. And so now we need to figure out what that actually means.
Exactly.
Build the actual matrices and
so
then do some modeling and make sure that our hunch is correct.
Right, exactly. And I'll probably do all of that in Google Sheets so that everybody can see it too. Really no reason not to. In fact, more eyes on a system is better. Let's see. So another big thing that we worked on this week was how the stance cards are going to work. Sort of a basic idea of the layout and what the layout actually means in the iconography. We haven't done any like wireframe sketches or anything, and in fact our whiteboard pens are all dead, so I can't even put one on the whiteboard. But
we've got some conceptual mock-ups, and we've talked about not only what's on the card, but how far to take the granularity of the system, and specifically where we should draw lines to stop, because we have a good idea about how quickly we want the turns of combat to go and how many steps should be involved.
Right,
for each player,
and how we want it to feel, right? Like the sort of pace of combat and things like that. And the answer is relatively short pace, sort of, if not casual, then at least easy to compute, right? So that it's not looking up 100 tables in a book or anything like that at all. So the most combat is really, oh, I see you have this number, I have this number, I want to do this thing that adds this, now we're done, let's roll.
And you roll, right? And then you turn, next guy's turn.
Yeah, there is some small amount of like positioning, but I think we're sticking to our goal of you don't have to have miniatures and a board map to play, right? So It's I saw it recently called Theater of the Mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Very
more
much.
that style of combat than not. So it's not really like a tactical miniatures game like say 4th edition D&D combat turn.
Right.
No.
I mean, those games exist. And, if we wanted to write a tactical combat game, I would write that separate and make it its own thing and not burden it with the storytelling.
Precisely, kind of Warhammer style or
Mm.
BattleTech style. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. How there was a two different. There's the role playing mechanic,
And then
so
the
like
actual
that.
miniatures mechanic. Exactly. Or even D&D when they first started flirting with miniatures.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. So, a couple of other things I did in the background was I went and looked at some of the old stuff that I wasn't allowed to distribute, but now should be able to, like the clock, and tried to figure out what I need to do to bring them up to, current, right? So the clock was done in Unity, so I just need to convert it to the latest version of Unity. As far as I remember, I built the calendar API to be completely independent of that. So all I really have to do, I think, is get the new version upgraded and put it out. I need new data because last time I built it, we didn't have all the names for days.
I've got all of it.
Yeah, I know we have it. I just need to go grab that and put it in.
Yeah.
But that's potentially something I could throw out there in a matter of days. I might get it done next weekend for fun. I'll probably put the site up so that we have links to it there as well.
Makes a lot of sense.
Let's see. Anything else?
On top of that skill stuff, I'm also doing weapon descriptions, shit like that. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah,
That's
you actually
worth mentioning.
counted through the skills earlier, and you've been doing mostly weapons for the rest of the time.
So as a result of what Gareth is doing, we're actually kind of typifying and classing weapons. I mean, we kind of already had a list of groupings, but it's getting more refined as we go, which is another reason why I want to share that document with you guys so that you can see this stuff sooner rather than later.
Right.
So I'll try to get that into the Discord in the next few days. You might want to do a proofreading pass and that kind of crap.
Yep.
But yeah, for everybody helping us out in the pen and paper channel, that's going to be a huge step forward for you guys as far as like understanding sort of the constraints and logical groupings that we're thinking about here in the office.
And the differences in stats that we've chosen versus some of the other systems out there. Why we've chosen, for example, brawn and physique versus a catch-all strength.
Or even why we don't have charisma.
We don't have charisma, correct. And but we do have, as you said before, we don't just have dexterity or just agility.
No, we have speed and reflexes.
Correct. So you can get a feel for why we chose to model these abilities this way rather than with your classical set.
And as you guys saw in the old spreadsheet, we sort of had this idea of dripping your sort of trickling down the effects of your attributes into your skills, right? So there's a primary attribute, a secondary attribute, and a tertiary attribute that plays into each skill. We still want to do that, but we don't actually have that mechanic yet. So for any of you pen and paper heads out there, if you're not on Discord, we should post the link up so you can get on Discord.
Right.
But if you have opinions on that, you should let us know how you feel. Like, I'd love to hear people's ideas. As you can kind of already tell from like the stuff going on the site and other stuff that we've mentioned in the past, we are not averse to having help. So please come join us. Oh, the Discord link? I can do that.
It's like, I'll get you the link, but
maybe we could set up like a volunteer page or something like that where they can
well, that's kind of what the Discord is about.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. And we do have more sources than the particular developer I was thinking of, and the idea I was basically going to cop from him.
There it is.
Yeah.
It is right here.
For instance, with 3 guys instead of 1.
There we go.
dig it.
Okay.
Dog dig it.
Come say hi.
Yep, that'll put you in the general channel, where you can see everything that we're doing, see all the stuff that we're talking about, and from there, if you want to get involved, just message one of us, and we can get you on one of the teams, get you right access to some of the channels.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, we can strike. Go!
Hell yeah!
Strike team.
Fuck. There was something else I wanted to say, and I kind of am drawing a blank now. But yeah, any questions?
We love answering questions. Please ask.
Yep.
No, the title is totally updated. I'm staring at it.
So you say, sir. I see it too.
Yeah.
I think it might have to refresh. So yeah, thank you guys for continuing to hang out and
Absolutely
talk to us and give us your ideas and your opinions and help. And
oh shit! You know what we didn't show?
we're super in. Oh, what's that?
What did we not
Something
show?
more? We got more magic?
Hold on a second.
I like more magic.
The wiki guys.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much to see yet, but the wiki guys have already begun setting up the wiki, which will be another part.
Yep.
That's coming soon.
This is
I
the
wanna
wiki
say
of all things. Tell us
The coolest thing about the wiki. Hey, that's the wrong page. The coolest thing about the wiki is that the wiki isn't being done by us,
This is a
but rather by founders and fans who wanted to pitch in, and I think that's hella amazing, and I wanted to say thank you for that.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Cheers.
seriously. You guys are the best.
Everybody's helping out. Like, it's pretty amazing, and we're very, very happy to have it happening.
Super chuffed. The bot's not taking your tokens. Oh no. I think you just have so many that it's
Yeah,
like,
I wonder.
fuck it.
I wonder why the bot's not taking your tokens. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The bot's such a huge pain in my ass. I can't upgrade it so that it works in Discord unless I completely rewrite the UI, and I totally don't want to do that. Such a pain in my ass.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah, Patreon.
Oh yeah, the Patreon. So the page exists. I haven't made it live. We do have a bunch of content we can smoosh up onto it now and link it to this page. I just didn't have any art when I started, but I think we're at a point now where we might be able to put enough on there to get that running. We're probably gonna want to record a little video in here of us saying hi.
Yeah, put that.
You know,
free ukulele music.
Ding, 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 ding. We had this idea
Yep.
for a game,
Exactly.
and it was a big idea. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe we'll be in the park with a dog or some totally incongruous place that has nothing to do with the project, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Shots
That
with me
works.
playing with my kids, except my kids are all old now. Usually you gotta have like a 5-year-old, you know, in some like backyard in the Bay Area where you can be like, we're just striking out. Yeah, just striking out in your $2 million home.
In the backyard of your Bay Area home. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, am I a little jaded? A little jaded. Anyway. Yeah, so that's where the Patreon is. I don't have the link up. It is in process, and I think we could probably stand that up in the next week or so.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
Maybe next
pretty
Monday
quick.
or Tuesday.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm thinking.
Cool.
Indeed. Other than that, keep making the words show up in the channel. Tell me about the things you'd like me to write about on the webpage.
Awesome, Cloaked.
And yeah, I'll see you in the funny papers.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, before we go, does anybody have any questions? We'll give you like a 30-second countdown. I can play Ipanema Dreams again.
But I like that song. we need like a 30-second, you know.
Yep, exactly. Really, what I ought to do is add question capture to the bot.
That would be wise. Hey, thank you for that. That is true. We have a new Teleston
Oh
Twitter
shit!
account.
Rose is totally right. We do have an @Teleston account on the Twitters now.
The Tweetars. Tell you all cool things.
And we'll also be putting up a Facebook thing in the next few days. We have a Google Plus yet?
Yes, I think so. We have a YouTube that just needs to be turned on and made the Telestin YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to happen in the next week too. We're going to get the rest of our freaking online presence actually up.
And online.
Yeah, stood up, as they like to say.
Right.
Yeah, and that's actually all pretty easy. Most of it has actually been happening behind the scenes, so shouldn't be that
Yay.
big a deal. And we will take all the help that we can get, like
All of it.
Yep. Oh, no. We have awesome illustrations, too. We got 2 of those this week. Or this week and last week.
Oh yeah, I saw them. They're cool.
I don't think I'm in a position here to quickly throw them on the screen, but we also got awesome illustrations that are very likely to wind up in the collection of Crowns Rock stories, and for that I also say high five.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That reminds me, actually, we should set up a channel for the divination cards so we can get that work going.
Yep. Oh, and I got the bot updated at home so that I can build the rest of those out. Yes. Cards. Indeed.
Cards are things.
Well, the cards are all defined. It's just the inverse readings for the majority of the cards that need to be put in, and then they're G2G. And layout, right?
Yeah, as far as the content goes, though, we're probably, text-wise, 90% done.
Yes. Well, 80, but yes.
Yeah.
Because, there are a lot of cards.
Yeah. There's art still, though.
But yeah, the issue will be art. The layout I can do. I was inspired by some talk in the chat throughout the week that I can probably get card backs for the cards out of the art that we already have. No question.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's pretty easily. So it'll only be card fronts that I will have issues with. And we'll see where that goes.
Well, cool. So we'll have more news about that next week.
Yep,
I'll probably put
yeah.
that channel up literally right after the stream so that people can start talking about it. Cool. Well, all right then. I guess that's it.
Sweet.
Thanks for hanging out.
See you next week, you guys.
Stay safe.
It seems like
That's a cool idea. Like,